Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is my essentials. That's right, it's my essentials, and you can have them too. This mod basically is more for admins, but it is very, very player friendly and can be very useful for adding in all sorts of quality of life to you via commands in the chat box. So let's get into this without me needing to go into that menu. All right, so I'm going to have my Zeros minimap up in the corner there so you can see coordinates as we mess around with this mod. But the idea here is that I'm going to be showing you a bunch of the player abilities that you can gain through this. Now, it is not just a client-side mod. This will need to be on a server and the client. Or if you're just playing single player, there's no servers involved, then you can just, install this in your regular mod folder. But you can do a whole lot of stuff with this mod. It basically gives you a bunch of simplified admin commands. Now, you know how usually you have to do in Minecraft, you do, slash, time, set, and then you can do day, midnight, noon, whatever. Instead, this just adds in something like day, and it's day. Night. And it's night. Just like that. Pretty darn cool. And it simplifies some of them, but it also adds in some other things. So let's say that I get stuck somewhere. I'm like jittering, stuck on a block somewhere, and I just can't move. And it's like, all right, you know what? I've got some kind of grave mod, or I've got keep inventory turned on, which I believe I do in this case. So let's do this. You can type in suicide, and your character would normally die, but I'm in creative, so it's just not going to happen. So therefore, let's change my game mode to survival. Look at that, GM0. That was so much easier to type than game mode and then survival, tabbing through the list or something like that. Instead, it's just GM0. It's pretty darn easy. But let's go back. Suicide, right? Oh, I die. It dead. I respawn. Where the heck am I? I am currently over at my home base. My death point is really far over there. It's a really difficult spot to get to, and it was just an inconvenience thing. How do I get back there? Well, you just type / back. And then you have to wait 3 seconds. If I move, it says you moved, teleport canceled. But you can hold still and it will teleport you back. Ta-da! And it will teleport you to your latest death point. Now, this death point that you're seeing on the screen, that's part of Zero's minimap. This is not part of this mod. My Essentials does not add that in. That's a different mod altogether. And if you had died and you had some other, mod installed for graves or something like that, that might have left a little grave spot or something. But this will take you back to your last, the spot that you set your spawn, or it will just take you back to where you last died. Now, with that cleared out of the way, let's say that you are a player and you want to just you don't want to be where you're at. You're in the middle of some area where there's a whole bunch of people, and you just want to get out into the world and start basically exploring. Well, you can do random TP, RND TP. It's pretty darn simple. You just hit enter, don't move, and within 3 seconds, you get teleported to a random location. And there I am now out in the world randomly. And this is a player option. You can turn any of these commands off that you desire. As you can see, there are multiple areas I've already visited in the past. We've got a whole bunch up here and so on. But yeah, and I even teleported really quickly to some of these other spots. I didn't even have a chance to, really load in because I had some stuff going on. But yeah, it's just really nice. Now, it's like, oh no, how do I get back? You can go back to spawn, right? That's not a problem. You just hit /spawn, and then you can teleport back to the world spawn, which might be what you're looking for, or it might not be. I'm still not sure where I'm at. I've got other options here. If I do spawn, then I might have spawn point. I don't know. What am I looking for? None of this is going to actually help. You want to do something more like home. If you've set a home point. If not, then you'd probably be, SOL. But in this case, let's set a new home point. Home, and we're going to actually set this one. So set home world spawn. There we go. And you can now set your home point at this location. Home world spawn set. And then you can do home. And if you're not sure, if you just hit home/home, it'll go to whichever one you just did set home. If you type set home, that becomes your new home. You can also delete those as well by typing in del home. Now, I am going to have a link in the description below so you can see all of the options that there are for this mod. Because this is my home point. It's basically my living room. And then, back where we were before, we're in the bedroom, which is where we teleported to from whatever. In this nice little house that we've got built here. It's pretty cool. But let's continue on. We can actually still, teleport around via a warp system. Now, what are warps? Warps are set by whoever is running the server, if you're on a server, the admins or something like that. If you're not sure, you can just type warps instead of warp, and it will tell you the different warps that are available. In this case, I've got the tunnel entrance, don't move, tunnel end, outpost, nether portal, village. So let's go to some of these ones, shall we? Now I'm going to do warp, and then if you just hit space, it'll actually give you the list of all of them that you can choose from. Yes, you can just click on them if you want. Let's go to this outpost. It's going to be perfectly safe. Nothing is going to go wrong there. Okay, there we are. And we're at, that's not a good, this is a bad spot. We need to get out of here. Let's delete this and let's go to, I don't know, don't move. That one works. It's got to be safe, right? Oh, crud. Well, maybe it is. It is. I landed safely. Okay. Nothing to worry about. You can set your spots where these are as an admin, but not as a player. Unless, of course, you've been, given admin purposes. So you can just scroll through them if you want. Let's delete these ones. Let's go to the tunnel end, and we can teleport to the end of that tunnel that we started at the beginning of this video. And you can see here, oops, if that actually works. I did not do that properly. I need to do tab to get through that, or you can just click on it. And then of course you need to hold still, like I was saying. You can still look around, just don't move. And then we're at the end of the tunnel. If I click, tunnel entrance, then I'd teleport out here. Now, there are plenty of other things that you can see and do. Like, you can teleport to other players. I don't have any others in this world, but you can do TPA and teleport to a player, TPA space, and then the player name. And it should actually pop up, most likely, if they're on there. And if that player is okay with you teleporting to them, then they hit TP accept. And then you can teleport to them. So they won't necessarily allow you to, just invade their territory by teleporting to them and then taking all their stuff or something. So therefore you will have to ask permission by saying this, and then they can say, okay, you can come by. Now, or they can say deny, TP deny, and then you don't get to teleport to them. Now there are others. Let's do or /kit. Kits are basically starting gear or things that you can potentially get. There's kits available, tools, and ender chests. These are the ones that are set up by default. If you notice in my inventory, I've got a bunch of netherite stuff. Yes, this is 1.16.1. So Forge is in beta at the time of this video. There's plenty of interesting things that could go wrong, but otherwise the mod is very stable in my testing. There may be a couple spots here that might not be working properly, but that is probably due to the fact that everything is in an experimental state, and within like a few days or a week this will all be fixed. But otherwise, you can see here /kit tools. These are some of the items that you got from it, which is like some netherite tools with sharpness 3, efficiency 3, and unbreaking 2. 16 pork chops and 16 torches. So if I hit kit, then I get to choose ender chest or tools. Let's try ender chest. See what happens. Oh no, I need to wait 19 hours. Well, that's because I started this world up a few hours ago. And it actually was, you can't use that kit again for 24 hours. You can change these in the configs. There's actually a little folder in the main area right next to the mods folder that you can change these up with if you're, an admin or something like that. But otherwise, let's switch this out to tools. There we go. And I just got another set of tools. I got another one of each of those ones. I got another bunch of pork chops and another 16 torches. And that is part of this kit. which is pretty darn neat. I do like that. You can change the timeline on that so that it can be, tremendous amounts so people will never be able to get another kit again. You can have it so they start with this gear. I actually started with this gear in this world, which has been pretty nice. Actually, let's turn this on and get rid of some of these items here, just so I don't have too much stuff in my inventory. Here we go. And then we've got a whole lot of other commands. As you notice, the whole day-night thing, that's more an admin setting. It is getting a bit dark, so let's make it daytime. We can also make it rain, simply, just by doing that. We can also make it thunder. You don't have to type in these long commands anywhere. They're much simpler. And then you can just, make it daytime again. Wait a minute, that's not working. That's because that's a time command. You need to make it sun. Change weather to sun. There we go. And it all clears up, goes right away, and it's really nice. You can also mute people, unmute them, teleport everybody on there with a TP all. You can kick everybody off the server with a kick all. Broadcast is pretty cool. It's sort of like doing in a console command by using the say command, but it highlights your text in a specific color, so it gets a little bit more attention. Broadcast, hello there, gonna shut down the server for maintenance, if I can even spell it. There we go. So then you do that, and there you go. It comes out in like this broadcast, purple. Hello there, going to shut down the server for maintenance. Okay, now I need to get off of here real quick. Whatever. Here's one that I thought was actually pretty cool. Not that any of them are less cool, but you could actually see what's inside someone's ender chest by typing /endc. Now this is an admin function, so therefore you have the option of seeing this, but then you can choose the player and hit ender chest Valen Frostweaver. And then you can see what's in the chest. Now let's do this again so that I'm not actually, clicking on there or anything like that. You can see that I have all these items in it. And then, there we go. That's what's actually in the chest. So that one I just thought was pretty nice. You'd be able to see what is hidden in somebody's network in case they were hiding something. This gives you another admin access so that you can, moderate your players if the needs arise. Or just perhaps grab something out for somebody. But there's also the options to heal. You can change your game modes, as I was showing earlier, if you're an admin or you're playing by yourself. GM1, or it's just like the old 112, and I think, 112 and earlier versions. 0 is survival, 1 is creative, 2 is adventure, and 3 is spectator mode. So you can change your modes very simply just with a couple keys instead of having to, kind of tab through a list or something or click on them or whatever. You can also do things like /top. And I am now above, at the highest block above that point. Not on that one, I actually moved a little bit, but the highest block above where I was that's exposed to sky. But there's plenty more. You can increase the speeds that people can run. You can ban them. You can check to see who's banned and muted. You can do all sorts of stuff. You can even repair things in your inventory. So let's take this and we'll do repair. Bloop. It's repaired just like that. It's pretty neat. Now, one of my favorites, this is actually an admin command. I think that it should be something more of a player option, but I would imagine some people might be able to somehow abuse this. But as you notice, I'm wearing a glass block. It's just a glass block. I can't put it back in. But if I use /hat, whatever I'm holding becomes my hat. This is my hat. I am so beautiful. I am wearing the leaves in the face. So as you can see, it's just a bit of entertainment, a little bit of fun. You can switch this back out with some glass. Type hat again, and I now have a glass bubble on my head, which is totally fabulous, and I absolutely love it. There are others as well, like setting the spawn for the world. The world spawn is set by default, but if you change it, you can do so as an admin by doing /set spawn, and then that becomes the world respawn point for players that want to teleport back to world spawn. And then, of course, you can delete warps and set warps and stuff like that as an admin only, just by doing so. So, like I said, I will have the information for seeing all these wonderful, commands in the description below, because I'm not going to just spam them in the description. I don't even know if they'll all fit. It's a mod that's a work in progress and has been going for some time, and I've absolutely been loving it. It is really nice, has a lot of convenience. I'll even eat a cooked pork chop there just as part of the fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little venture into my essentials, because you know I love me a good quality of life mod. And if you guys enjoyed this, please be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, spread the mischief, and don't be afraid to stop by at Twitch most nights and come hang out with us, because we stream quite regularly. See you guys next time.